What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Just Greg. This is going to be a crossover show with the Castro files. So hang on 1 second. Here we go. Welcome back to Just Greg and the Castro files. So after last week's kind of, a little bit more serious Just Greg, I figured, and I've got some other things in the works that are a little more serious, but this one, I was talking to Beth, talking to the old Castro herself, and I was thinking to myself, what do I want to talk about? There's some videos that are coming out, some UFO videos, some UAPs, some unidentified aerial phenomena that are coming out recently, just the past couple days, from the military, from like a video like a year ago. And some chick or dude or somebody took video in the Gulf of America / Gulf of Mexico / Gulf of whatever the hell it is down there. Basically, the toilet bowl of the United States. Got some video, and I'm going to show it to you guys now. So, first things first, go out, like, subscribe to Just Greg, which is under the Bars Open with Beth and Greg. Of course, go fucking follow us. Do those things. This is not your normal Just Greg. This is all conspiracy. Put your tinfoil hat on. Do you believe? Do you believe? I don't know. I kind of believe. I'm in the boat of believing. Boat. No pun intended, because the first video I'm going to show you is on a cruise ship. I believe that we can't be the only marble rolling around this cosmic world. Unless Elon's got it right and we live in a simulation, then maybe we are. But then again, I've seen The Matrix, and The Matrix knows all. Let's jump into some of this shit. All right, first things first. UAPs or UFOs, whatever you want to call them, do you believe in them? It can be yes or no. Good. Leave some comments down below if you don't mind. But Beth and I have done several episodes under the Castro files, so you can go out to the Castro files channel. We haven't done that in a while. We're going to be revamping that podcast pretty soon. Bringing some more, not revamping, but just bringing some more stories to that podcast. But this one's going to transition over to that as well. Ever since Project Blue Book, back in Project Blue Book ran from 1952 to 1969. Project Blue Book was the code name for a systematic study of unidentified flying objects by the United States Air Force from March 1952 to its termination on December 17th of 1969. Project, headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio, was initially directed by Captain Edward J. Ruppelt, something like that, and followed projects of similar nature, such as Project Sign, established in 1947, and Project Grudge in 1949. Project Blue Book had two goals, namely, to determine if UFOs were a threat to national security and to scientifically analyze UFO-related data. Why would they want to do that? You can go down Project Blue Book and go to the Wikipedia, go to all the things, go do your homework and start researching it. I'm not getting into that in this Just Greg / Castro files / the Bars Open, whatever. We're not talking about that. All I want to know is, do you believe in this shit? Leave a comment. So there's a new video that came up that I just happened to see on Instagram, or I think it was a TikTok on Instagram kind of thing. You know how they share that shit around? It's like at the end. but it purportedly shows a UFO diving into the water. Now, some people, and there's kind of this shape to it that say this thing, it's a bird, it's a seabird. And Beth and I and big guy from the other podcast I do is Baldy, the big guy, and his wife. We did a, where the fuck do we leave? We went from somewhere in Texas, Galveston down to Cozumel. There are seagulls or whatever, or seabirds out there. And I've never seen one of them do this. All right, you ready? Let's go. Here's the video.
What in the hell is that? Did you see that?
Last time I checked,
oh my god, it just went straight to the water.
I've seen.
Oh my god.
I'll fill you in a second.
Where'd it go?
I still see glowing in the water. It's gonna
All right. So you saw that. You caught that. But on that video, I've seen, like, I was talking to my neighbor last night about going down to Pins, Padre Island National Seashore. There's like 70 miles or 60 something miles of beach you can drive down. And we've watched birds dive in. Out at sea, they're probably hanging around the ships and stuff like that because, you know, it's a food source. They dump garbage into the fucking, that's like a known thing with fucking cruises, right? But the way that thing, you can see it turn, and it does look like it has wings for a second. But I've never seen anything glow like that. And maybe it was her camera. Maybe it was fucking something else going on, right? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there as like, it's kind of an interesting little video there, right? So, on top of that, Beth and I, we've done a lot of through the Castro Files. So, if you're interested, go out to the Castro Files channel. It's Castro Files on YouTube. The Castro Files, you can find it. Also, I think Under the Bar is Open. Not I think, I did. Under the Bar is Open. There's a actual channel for the Castro Files videos out there. And you can go out and there's several videos, like from the very first documented UFO case, UFO abduction case, like back in like the 50s or 60s or something like that. No, it was before that. It was like the 30s or some shit like that. Like some older dude had fucking, I don't even remember his name. We did it like that story like a couple of years ago. You can go check that out. But I did one, and it was a family member of mine, my aunt. And this was in Hampton, New Hampshire. And there's another podcast, and the link will be here, like right about now. And we did a podcast, or we did an episode on the Castro Files about my aunt's thing. And I call him aunt because I'm fucking French. I'm from New Hampshire, all of that. Right. But here's a little bit of it. So the Hampton counter. So I'm from Hampton, New Hampshire, which is a little seacoast town, right? About a mile inland of, we call it Hampton Beach or Hampton proper, like Hampton, New Hampshire. And you have Northampton. This is not the Hamptons. I think I've talked about this. It's not the Hamptons down in New York or anything. This is Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, right? It's like right on the seacoast. But that's the actual drawing that she did, or they did, for the newspaper. And this was on Tuesday, November 23rd, 1982. That they had a pretty in-depth conversation about like some shit that happened where they stopped the car, ran up a hill, saw some shit, and you go, holy fuck. And am I to not believe my aunt? Right? Weird shit happens. So you can go check that one out. And like I said, the link will be over here previously. My mom also told me stories. So my mom back, I don't know, like 15, 20, probably 20 years ago, something like that, moved from New Hampshire met a dude after she got divorced and all this shit. Met a dude, got a new job out in New York, in Albany, New York. And he had a like a cabin out on a lake or some shit up in the Adirondacks. I never got a chance to go up there, but he was a decent enough guy. But nonetheless, she had told me, and my mom has since passed away about 6-7 years ago, something like that. But like just sitting out on the porch and seeing lights kind of dancing across at like 10, 11, 12 at night in the Adirondack Mountains. If is anybody up in the Adirondacks? Like, I'll tag Adirondacks in this one. But you go, holy shit. And then she also told me, which is even scarier, about missing time. My mom was very similar to me, where she was a night owl, right? She didn't go to bed early, hated getting up early. She stayed up, watched TV, did that thing. That's exactly what I do. Like, it's a Lamontagne fucking thing. My brother's the same way. A lot of you guys are that way. I don't know if it's 50-50, but a lot of us are night owls, right? So you kind of know, like, you don't just fall asleep. There's falling asleep. I'm like, oh, shit. Rewind your TV show, reread that, like, little paragraph. She had told me now, like, a few hours were just gone. Can't remember. My mom wasn't a drinker. My mom was 5'1", I think. Maybe 100 pounds. Would have a beer every now and again. But that was it, right? Like, my mom didn't drink anything as far as that goes. So it wasn't like, what I'm getting at is she wasn't like blacking out drunk kind of thing, right? That wasn't a fucking thing. But you think, holy shit. A lot of people have had that same story where it's just missing time. The fire in the sky, dude. Right? It's fucking crazy. Shit happens. Why did he just disappear and not remember anything? So what are your thoughts on UFOs? I've got some more shit here. All right. You, of course, had the drones that happened, I think it was in January-ish. So we're like, I'm recording this April 13th, 7 o'clock at night, something like that, right? But you remember the drones in New Jersey. We're going to watch a video real quick here. Watch. A refresher.
People in New Jersey are concerned and demanding information after a wave of mysterious drone sightings. But the government has yet to give any concrete answers. One lawmaker is calling for a state of emergency, while another has an ominous theory about a foreign adversary. Here's CBS's Tom Hansen.
This is over my house right now. What is that?
It's the million-dollar question baffling New Jersey residents looking skyward.
They're just pacing back and forth, going very slow.
Since last month, dozens of drones mysteriously hovering in the skies at night. Near Morris County, the FAA has now ordered 2 temporary flight restrictions prohibiting drones over this military base and Trump National Golf Club after receiving reports of unexplained activity. Today, Homeland Security and state police met with some New Jersey officials, incling Mayor Jim Maley.
I truly don't believe they have any idea where the drones are coming from.
Many.
Remember when this all happened and everybody was like freaking the fuck out? It's not about the drones, but it was what the drones looked like, where they had the kind of twisting lights. They weren't all drones. Let's finish this up.
Still have questions, including Congressman Jeff Van Drew, who says individuals with high security clearance have a theory about where the drones come from.
Their concern is that a mothership has left from Iran weeks ago,
like,
coinciding
from
about
Iran.
the time somewhere along the area of the United States. It doesn't mean they're right off the coast.
But in a briefing today, Pentagon officials dismissed the claim outright.
We have no evidence that these activities are coming from a foreign entity or the work of an adversary.
In Mendham, New Jersey, Olivia DiMattio's coffee shop is right near the sensitive locations where the drones have been spotted.
How big are these things?
Remember, some of these, what he's going to get to right here is some of these things were the size of cars or buses. I've worked in aerial imagery for the firm. You guys know who I work for. But I've specialized in working on aerial imagery, like fixed wing, drone, everything else, for 7 years now. That's 7 years of my career. Started at year 15 to now. And I've never seen a drone that big. Now, I'm talking like residential, talking fixed wing aircraft. I'm not talking Predator drones, but those that they just showed aren't Predator drones. Predator drones are basically look like fixed wing aircraft. They're unmanned fixed wing aircraft, not fucking spinny things with lights fucking orbiting around them. That's different.
Things, you know, are they different sizes?
They are the size of small cars, like almost like a Mini Cooper or a Ford Escape size. So it's not something that a kid is buying off of Amazon and flying around as a prank. Like, it's way, way past that.
And we're here in front of Picatinny Arsenal. It provides munitions.
That's good. That's good on that one. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, that's the flashback. Just keep that in mind, because the next video I'm going to show you guys is a new one that's come out from the military. And you think through, you're like, holy shit, do you believe? Like that, like what I just showed you there, some of them, I don't know. The guys, if you follow another, you want to follow another cool YouTube channel, go out and follow Project Fear. It's a dude and his crew, Dakota something or other, and his sister, excuse me, Jesus Christ, and he followed and his two buddies. They're like a crew, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they went out to New Jersey and they did some investigations, and they were like, hey, are these actual drones or is it something else? And in this episode right here, right there, New Jersey drones, our 72-hour investigation. This one you can find real easy. Just go out to Project Fear. You can find it. There's something else that's going across the ocean. Like it's far enough out that it's going across the ocean, and it just kind of fades off into the distance, right? It's not a drone. There's no fucking way it's a drone. Go check that episode out for those guys. I would definitely recommend that. But you go back to, okay, I've seen, like we've all seen so many videos. Are they fake? Are they real? We're going to do into Castro files where it's this dude that lost time. Let me see if I can find his name real quick. Well, no, he's a time traveler. That's what it was. And this dude says his name is it's an infamous Ukrainian time traveler. And they say it's been explained. It's one of the most infamous time traveling stories. I'm trying to find this guy's name. Ponomarenko. Guy named Ponomarenko took a picture of a UFO supposedly on this old ass camera. It ends up in, it goes from like 1950 or some shit like that to 2006 and just shows up in Ukraine. I don't know. All right, let's move on. As we look through some of the things, the government has come out with all sorts of Tic Tac videos. You remember, I think you've probably seen the Tic Tac. There's two really prominent videos that the government's released. One was a Tic Tac, and then one. So a Tic Tac is literally, I think of a white Tic Tac that's moving across, and it's moving at like hyper speed. And then some of them have like dropped into the water. And then there's another one. It's kind of like it's moving ultra fast, but it's kind of shape. It's like shifting. It's not like a plane that has to go forward and then it can do different things. This thing can move left, right, up, down, in any, I don't know, like the ship can be in any orientation is the best way to put it. So that has come out. And now this one just came out. So I'm going to share the, I think it's, let's see what I can't remember what news organization is, but here we go.
What? There is some brand new UAP video that just dropped, possibly shot from a Navy ship, once again, off the coast of Southern California, which for some reason, has been this very, very weird hotspot for all kinds of unidentified flying objects that don't seem to care that there are all kinds of Navy warships that are out there training. Now, quick refresh about why this area matters so much. 2004, we've all seen this video that was showing what was described by Navy pilots flying off the USS Nimitz as a white tic-tac that was zooming around in ways and speeds they just could not explain. In 2019, sailors on the USS Russell, again, off the coast of San Diego, seeing what they described in night vision goggles as upside-down pyramids. And then that brings us to today, this new infrared video just released by documentary filmmaker Jeremy Corbell, showing what he says was an incident on the USS.
Real quick, go look up pyramid UFO over the Pentagon. All right. It absolutely could be AI, but AI wasn't that good when this video came out. So back to the video.
Jackson is one of these littoral ships, one of the highest tech ships that we have in our arsenal. And according to Corbell, Navy sailors were actively tracking one of 4 unknown objects observed going in and out of the water. No heat plumes, no exhaust, nothing. And here is how one of the witnesses on board the ship described it.
I go out to the bridge wing. I'm noticing things and lights on the horizon, and like city lights or any other ships that are out there. So seeing a light that is lifting up, you can see it. I know the difference between a light on the horizon coming up and a light coming out of the water. When you've been on the water more in your life than you haven't been, you know the difference.
Now let's get into it.
Yeah. So that sailor kind of made the fucking point, right? He knows it's not a lighthouse out there. My nephew's in the Coast Guard. I should probably ask him this. Fixed things because you are moving, but if the water is calm and you're in a big ass frigate or something like that, you know the difference between you moving and something else going up and down. Right? You just fucking know, bro. Broette, whatever you are. You get what I'm saying. You know. But do you believe? This is my question. That's the show for today. So do you think, are there otherworldly little gray alien beings picking people up, transporting them out their window? Go look at, there's a really famous one where somebody got teleported out of their window or some shit in New York City from a while ago. Beth and I did that one. It's out on the Castro files. The lizard people living underneath Denver International Airport. Does that have anything to do with it? Are there tunnels that connect all through the world? We don't know. So you know what you can do? You can go do your homework and you can leave a comment right below and let me know what you think. Been a fun one. I figured we'd throw something a little different out there. It's just fun as shit. Either way, one way or another. Are you wrong? Are you right? I don't fucking know. Cheers. Live long and prosper. We'll catch you next time.